How would you describe the importance of this upcoming season for you personally?
It's been a few seasons that I was not playing that much, so for me it's like the 4-1 now with this club. I just want to show that what I can do on the pitch. That's my only target.
How do you feel now comparing to how the things you had to go through the last couple of years?
I'm good, I'm healthy, thank you for that. I can play, I can do what I want on the pitch, so I hope I'm going to stay fit, 2 or 3 more years. I still want to enjoy my game, and that's why I'm here.
Because injuries seem to be part of the conversation around your career at Real Madrid. How have you been able to cope with those injuries and not lose motivation?
Believe me, it's not that easy. When you play football, you just want to be on the pitch, and when you are out the pitch, you try to what's happened, because I was not injured before, and so it was something new for me to be injured. So you have to learn. It's a way to learn the way you have to do things. Your body, you take care in different way, and you work more with physios. This kind of thing. But it's a good challenge now. I'm like I just say, I'm healthy, so I'm just ready to play.
What changes did you make personally with your routine during the off-season? Once the Champions League finished, did you make anything different this off-season to come in this very good shape that you're at right now?
Not that much. I spent 2 weeks with Belgium at the end of the season. I was able to play 4 games, not 90 minutes, and then I was like, also, in my mind was like, okay, I can play. I don't feel it. I don't feel any pain anymore. So let's go forward, And then I just enjoy my holiday. I work a bit, between. It's only 1 month, so just to be ready for the preseason. I did enough.
When you see your club succeed, like you guys did last year, winning the league, winning the Champions League, but you're not having the minutes that you want to have on the pitch, that mix of feelings, how would you describe it?
It's just like you say, it's a mix. You're happy for the boys, you're happy for the club, you're happy for the fans, but inside you, it's like I'm happy too. I can't show that I'm not happy, because football is like a collective thing. But inside me, I was like, okay, I won good things this season, but I was not playing that much. So let's show that I can play, and we can win with me, with me involved on the pitch.
And Hazard there saying everything right, everything you would expect him to say. I'm raring to go, here we go, I'm looking to prove a point. Has he still got the capability to do that?
From the evidence of last season, when he did play some game time, no, because his ability when he was at Chelsea was to offer, he could get from a standing start with the ball, he could get away from people. He could twist and turn and suddenly he was away from people. He had that explosive pace over the first 5 yards. Last season, whenever he was playing, and it wasn't that often, I think we said 18% of times he played, he didn't have that explosive pace. He just couldn't go past people. He had to then turn away and come back and play into midfield. Whereas when he was at his best and when he was playing at Chelsea, in and around the box, he was majestic. He'd go past people, create chances, score goals himself. He hasn't done that. And after 3 years of not being fully fit, I'm not sure he's ever going to get that back.
Stevie, though, believes. He thinks after the operation that he's had on his ankle that he can come back to be very close to the player that he was at Chelsea.
Wow. If you look behind Hazard in that interview there was a very large ship sailing out to sea.
Right.
Into the sunset, because you don't turn up as a new signing at such a big club with the weight of the expectations on your shoulders that he had as one of the next Galacticos in the shape that he did. And that contributed over a period into his loss of form, loss of fitness. It also contributes to injuries. The sports science will tell you that. And he's never looked the same. And at 31, you can't just switch it on. I mean, maybe at 22, 23 or below 25, you could say, right, get a gigantic kick up the backside and I'll go again. That's very difficult to do that at 31.
Explain why.
Because the body just, everything is more difficult the later you go on in your career. So the things you can shake off when you're in your early 20s, you can't shake off in your 30s. You have to rest more. You have to work harder when you're working, and you have to look after yourself more. You can't just go, right, I've had the operation, I've lost a bit of timber, oh, I'm back. It doesn't happen like that.
There's always been a question mark over his training. Everyone, even when he was at his best, they say he wasn't a great trainer. And he said something in that interview where he was saying, well, when it was I wasn't quite sure how to really cope with it. I wasn't used to it. When you're injured, and Craig was injured for quite a bit, I was injured for a lot, I just took myself away from the club, found the best physios I could possibly do, and I trained 7 hours a day.
Wow.
I was going to prove at the time it was West Ham United, that when I come back in a year and a half's time, I'm going to be fitter than any of your players. And I made sure that I did all the right things. I was working harder then than I ever did when I was actually playing, because the games would keep you fit. I'm not sure that Eden Hazard has done that over the last 2 or 3 years. Has he done it and when he talked about he went on holiday when I was injured, I didn't go on holiday during the summer. You worked as hard as you possibly could because you needed to be fit.
I didn't sleep. I didn't go on holiday.
He's got to prove something. And I don't think he's... And is he going to get game time even if he is fit? Because look at the players they've got there. Benzema, Vinicius Junior. We've seen all these players play really well. Is he going to get in the side? I don't think he is.
I think that's the point. He's not getting in the team.
Well, this is what Ancelotti had to say when asked about Hazard. He said, we have a lot of options for the number 9 position. Benzema is first choice, but we have to understand it will be a strange, different season with the World Cup in between, and we have to look at different options. My idea is to try to see Hazard in that position. Given the quality that he has, it could be good for us to try him there.
Is Ancelotti having a memory blank here? He tried it last year. Benzema had an injury problem last year.
Yeah.
We were worried about him. He tried Bale. Yeah. He tried Isco. Yeah. He tried Jovic. He tried Hazard.
And in the end, he played without centre forward because the options weren't good enough.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
If he wants to play on the left-hand side, you've got Vinicius Junior. If he wants to go and play in the other wing, he's got Asensio, but primarily, I think, a better player in Valverde.
Yeah, I've got Rodrigo as well.
Now, Valverde will never, as a player, be able to reach the heights talent-wise as Eden Hazard.
Yeah.
But what Valverde did last year as a sort of hybrid wide player midfielder chasing back was one of the reasons he was given the slot in the Champions League final. Yep. So he's got all those guys to jump and more and keep fit and hope that Benzema picks up an injury to get game time, or Karim Benzema needs a rest. And we saw Ancelotti operate last year. Even at times you thought he's going to give people a rest. He didn't. He didn't rotate his team that much, and his starting 11 for the most part.
And you have to say, it's sad, because Eden Hazard was a great player to watch when he was at Chelsea. When he's at his peak, he made Belgium one of the... Well, they were number 1 in the world.
Yeah.
I don't think they are anymore. But he was outstanding for them, with Lukaku up front as well. But it was Eden Hazard that made them such a good side. He could turn defence into attack. He'd go past people. He was the X factor. It's such a shame to see a player of that quality waste 3 years. Maybe due to injury, maybe not playing enough, but it's a real shame.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.